Welcome back to this week's Norman News at Home edition. I'm Alana Morgan. Stay tuned for news on what California tourism leaders have urged and more on service learning's Care Kit Drive. Around the school in 30 minutes, this is the Norman News. Recently, California tourism leaders have been urging residents to spend more of their travel dollars in our home state. This is because as COVID-19 cases are reaching all-time lows, the industry reels have declined around 55%. This past Tuesday, business owners in Los Angeles and San Francisco received permission to open more bars, restaurants, and other businesses. As of right now, tourism has plummeted from $125 billion in 2019 to $65 billion last year. We can help get our state right back on track by spending more of our travel dollars right here in the state of California. Now I'm going to send it to Jonah with some more news.
Thanks, Alana. This year we have made many changes in the way we live our lives. The coronavirus has made it impossible for large gatherings, and the opportunities and money that have been lost due to the virus are unmeasurable. However, entertainment venues are finding innovative ways to allow for safe gatherings. For example, Staples Center is leaning towards making a digital system in which you show your vaccine passport, which is the card you get once you get vaccinated, and only then you would be allowed to enter. This way, the stadium knows that all the entrants are vaccinated, which would lower the chance of the virus spreading to any of the individuals at the venue. Hopefully, this system can be implemented so that sports and music fans all over the world can go watch their favorite sports teams and artists live. Now to Jackson with this week's sports.
Last month, the Lakers have found themselves in a very tough spot with Anthony Davis and LeBron out due to injuries. However, they are both back in play, and the Lakers are the 5th seed of the Western Conference. There are only a few games left, and the Lakers are playing some of the good teams, including the Clippers and the Suns. The Lakers will have to win some of these games in order to sustain their spot in the playoffs, or else they might fall to the 7th seed. On another note, the playoffs are starting soon, and it's going to be very exciting. I can't wait.
Hi. Today, I'm giving my take on the struggles that the Dodgers and the Lakers have been facing. The Dodgers have had a pretty rough start to the season by losing Dustin May due to Tommy John surgery. The Lakers have lost 7 out of their last 11 games. The Dodgers are favored to win the World Series, and the Lakers are favored to win the finals. However, both teams have created serious doubts about becoming repeat champions. In his last start, Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw gave up 4 runs in only 1 inning of work. He pitched, throwing 39 pitches, giving up 4 hits and 2 walks, the shortest start of his career, and a 7-1 loss to the Cubs. I know it's early, but the Dodgers are on the verge of having a disappointing season if their bats continue to be inconsistent and if they keep failing to hit while runners are in scoring position. That is a key aspect of the game. And if you want to win and go all the way, you gotta follow through, hitting men on base. The bullpen has also been unreliable and has been weakened by injuries. When a team of this much talent does so poorly, someone has to be held accountable. I'm looking at you, Dave Roberts. The Dodgers are lethargic and playing with no energy. Where is the manager? The Lakers have been seriously struggling due to the absence of their 2 star players, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. LeBron just got off the longest stretch of being on the injured list of his career. He's missed 16 out of the last 18 games in this shortened season, and he may not come back at full strength for the playoffs. We don't know what's going to happen. Anthony Davis has missed a crazy 37 games this season, as it only played in 30 games. If the Lakers want to remain champions, they need their trade deadline acquisition to perform at a high level. Andre Drummond is a 2-time All-Star and has led the league in rebounding 4 times. He has had some good games, but Now he's been generally disappointing. For example, Drummond hasn't grabbed a rebound in the Lakers win over the Nuggets. And he's a big man. That's unacceptable. Ben McLemore, a sharpshooter, has been very streaky. LeBron and AD need to play at the best of their abilities and stay healthy in order for the Lakers to stay on top. Despite these problems, I do believe that the Big Blue and the Purple and Gold will turn things around and in the end be victorious. And with that, Heller out.
As the United States vaccination distributions began in December, Anthony Fauci, the medical advisor to the president, stated that herd immunity could be achieved at 80 to 90% vaccination. While this goal may seem way out of reach, many experts find hope in the 60% vaccinated population of Israel. This all caused Israel to reduce the number of COVID-19 cases to nearly zero, all while being almost fully reopened. The country still requires indoor masking as well as carrying a vaccine passport. This data makes experts doubt whether or not our herd immunity threshold is really as high as 90%. Already, over 40% of the United States has received one vaccine dose, and over 30% are already fully vaccinated. Currently, the United States is on track to hit 60% vaccination as soon as late June or early July. COVID-19 cases continue dropping in the United States, with a 27% drop in the last 2 weeks alone.
States and countries around the world all have a variety of different travel restrictions set in place to keep people safe. Some states and countries are not allowing travelers to enter if the travelers are from certain parts of the world where the COVID count is extremely high still. Examples of some restrictions in certain parts of the world include quarantining upon arrival and requiring a negative COVID test 72 or even 48 hours prior to traveling. When traveling to Hawaii, you need proof of a negative COVID test taken up to 72 hours prior, or you will have to quarantine for 10 days upon arrival. After traveling from other states in the U.S., it is recommended that you get a COVID test 3 to 5 days upon returning home, in addition to quarantining for a week. Now to Alana with local news.
Thanks, Natalie. Service Learning has set up a Service Learning Care Kit Drive. This is a drive to help benefit those in need. You can help give back by bringing your grade level's assigned items to the drop-off points located outside of the library and the EDC. This is going to occur on 4, 5, and 6 days from now until May 14th. Let's all come together as one to help give back to those in need. Now to Jonah with some more school news.
Thanks, Alana. Normans, you will be taking your AP exam starting this month and through the beginning of June. The exams will be on various days for the first time ever, which is a result of the coronavirus and its effect on the amount of students allowed in one classroom. For each exam, there will be a day for in-person test taking and one for at-home test taking and one where the student can choose. This year, the exams will have both multiple choice and essay questions, which is different from last year's modified AP exams, which only asked for written answers. However, the main difference between this year's exams and the ones in the past is that you will not be able to skip, then return to a multiple choice question if you take the exam online, meaning that you should put an answer for every question, even if you do not know the answer.
Welcome to this week's live weather forecast for the week of May 7th, 2021. This week in Los Angeles, we'll see mostly cloudy skies. The average temperature is 74 degrees with a high of 75 and a low of 72. This afternoon, we will see cloudy skies with a high of 73 and a low of 55. Saturday, temperatures stay the same at 73 degrees. On Sunday, temperatures slightly drop to 72 degrees with a low of 57. Moving into Monday, temperatures will be at 72 degrees with a low of 50. Tuesday, temperatures will go up to 75 degrees, and finally on Wednesday, we'll be in the mid-70s. Thank you for watching this week's weather forecast. I'm Natasha Chetty-Delahi, and have a great week.
That's it for this week's Norman News. I'm Jonah Danish, and we will see you all next week.